All right. Welcome back. Welcome in. You found us once again. Shoot the gap. Rabbit Hole Fantasy Football Focus Show here to help you be gruntled with your fantasy football team and your fantasy football decisions. So what are we doing here? We're doing some tips here. Some tips and tricks here. This is what we're attempting to do and help you guys out. So today's tip is I'm going to talk to you about the dangers of drafting two defenses. Now, of course, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like, okay, well, hey, man, I'm just drafting one defense. I know when I'm drafting two defenses, what are we doing? No. You might be drafting two defenses and not know it. So let me talk to you about that here real quick. So every year we approach the draft with two things in our heart: excitement and fear. I mean, we have excitement at the prospects of building a dominating, fear-inducing team, and fear that by making our choices, we might inadvertently help another team build an even bigger monster. So what do? In mock drafts, we draft confidently and build our team with the players we want and walk away happy. But when 0 hours here, we're on the clock in our real drafts, most pivot from that wide receiver or running back that will fill a hole and bring solid production to our team that we've been angling for all season, for a chance to break up the dreaded stack. Yeah, we think, let's skip on Amari Cooper to make sure that the one person that drafted Patrick Mahomes in the second won't get that stack with Travis Kelce, or bye-bye, Ramondre. I got to make sure that team that has Jamar Chase doesn't get Joe Burrow. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about here. So in doing this, you are effectively drafting two defenses, all right? One that you're required to put in your starting lineup, and the other one is trying to block another team while hurting your own. Yeah, I know that you might be thinking that Kelce in the third is good value, but, I operate from an anti-Kelce stance in the third position, right? So let me explain. I mean, it seems like Chiefs has found that magic approach with the aging veteran to help them fill their trophy case. Yeah, use him sparingly during the season. Make sure that he continues his relationship with Taylor Swift, and then release him in the playoffs. Yeah, so with the addition of Xavier Worthy, and of course, Rashee Rice looks like he's not going to have that suspension, and the dynamic Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, this team is more loaded than people give it credit. Yes, I know you're worried about Rice and his, that there might be a suspension. But again, as of right now, there hasn't been anything saying that he's going to get suspended, or the NFL even meeting with Rashee Rice. I mean, the power of T Swift is mighty indeed. But anyway, yeah, so the point is that the Chiefs could use the 2023 approach to their superstar tight end in 2024 and still make the playoffs, and that word "could" is enough to make me shy away from that third round where you could get a wide receiver one or maybe a running back one for an NFL team that would really help your fantasy team. So you might be thinking that the anti-Kelce explanation is just a little bait and switch considering the title of the video here, but the explanation is the proof of the video. So by picking a player that has more questions than one that is more solid and can help your team, you are effectively drafting another defense. So no doubt you've heard the idiom defenses win championships, but speaking as someone that has won 3 fantasy football championships back-to-back, I can attest that thinking is correct, and it definitely does apply to fantasy football. But in the playoffs, everybody, not in the drafts. I mean, remember, when you're at where you're at in the season, that's the big thing to remember, okay, where you're at in the season. I mean, the key to winning fantasy championships in the draft is nothing more than a talent grab, where you put the best players on your team that can help your team reach the ultimate goal. Let me say that again. The draft is nothing more than a talent grab, where you are putting the best players on your team that can help your team reach the ultimate goal. It's not your forever team, everybody, and definitely not the time to be playing defense. All right, so make sure that when you're strategizing to draft, you are only focusing on your team and not the others. There's a common feeling that by tracking other teams during the draft, you can make an educated guess if the person, quote-unquote, needs a QB or needs another wide receiver, but the truth is that we have no idea what the other person is thinking. I mean, I've personally been burned before in a draft when I thought that I could wait on a quarterback because the teams after me had at the turn already had quarterbacks. But more than one team decided to draft another strong quarterback, leaving me with scraps, man. It's not cool. Yeah, thank God that was the year that Justin Fields blew up in the pool, or I would only have 2 championships. Point is, you don't know what others are thinking, only you. So focus on your team, what's best for your team, and that's enough during the draft. If you do this, I guarantee that you'll be confident that when the draft is over, you'll look at other players' teams and you'll be happy. You'll be more happy than regretful. All right, so if you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to be putting out a lot of tips this week, okay? Because it's basically draft week. So again, shoot the gap, put a comment, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. All right, bye.